scuba can be scary. So a couple of years ago, I went to go get recertified. Went to the same place I went decades ago when I got certified for the first time. And I took my niece, who had just turned 10 at that point in time, to get her certification because it's something she wanted to do as well. I'm pretty comfortable in the water. I got good lung capacity, good swimmer, all that kind of stuff. And I found a lot of peace being in the water and underwater. So I was looking forward to it. It was going to be a fun time for me. But what I quickly noticed through the whole process, even before getting to the certification process, was that there's a lot of barriers for people to surpass to get to that point, to be able to experience the underwater world in that sort of capacity. One student dropped out pretty early on just during basic skills. When my niece went to actually start doing it with the tanks and stuff, the weight was pretty extreme for her. People were having issues just equalizing ears. So on top of all these physical issues, then you also run into, at the beginning, limited communication with each other. You deal with all these, and the more and more you dive, the more and more you get comfortable with it, and you learn to work around the limitations that you may have, that you're accustomed to on land. But still, it's not an ideal situation. And with the goal, especially of Atlantis Sea Colony, of opening up the oceans to the masses, scuba isn't going to do it. You've got 72% of the Earth is ocean, and you have to jump through all these hurdles just to be able to immerse yourself in that. It isn't a good thing. In the business model, you want to be what's known as frictionless, basically meaning that when presenting anything to your customer, to your client, that you want it to be as easy as possible for them to consume your good or use your product or whatever it may be. Scuba's come a long way in the 60 some 70 years that it's been around, but it's still not ideal. And as we look at underwater habitats and living underwater houses, whatever it may be, everybody thinks, well, you have to scuba dive down to it. And at first, yes, you will. You look at Jules Undersea Lodge, which is the only true underwater place you can stay right now. You have to put on scuba equipment to get to it. And this isn't going to fly. For my grandmother to want to visit someplace like this, or a child, or somebody that's got a severe handicap, they're not going to be able to do these things. Claustrophobia becomes an issue. And we have to surpass those in order to open up the oceans to everyone. So, I tell people, when a 5-year-old or a 95-year-old can go straight from the land to their bedroom under the sea or under the water, that is the goal that we need to be at. That is the frictionless aspect that we need to be striving for. And as Atlantis Sea Colony, that is our goal, is that you will not ever have to get in the water in order to get to your stay. And I think that needs to be the goal of all of us that are working towards colonizing or making the ocean habitable for the futures. Make sure you follow AtlantisSeaColony.com. All of our social media links are there. There's different ways that you can keep up with us. Facebook is a big one, Instagram, LinkedIn. Those are and Twitter are our main 4 that we post to most frequently. If you'd like to help support us, we're available at Patreon or one-time payments through PayPal. Both links are available at AtlantisSeaColony.com as well. Stay tuned for the next quick little video like this, where we'll talk about why the ocean.